Coming up on Around the Rock, advice on applying for internships, Slippery Rock named the best named university, and the UPB murder mystery dinner.
Also scheduled for tonight, an interview with Alex and Josh from the Awesome Spirit of Wildlife, and where to get the best deals around Slippery Rock with Keyna Warren. All that and more in tonight's episode of Around the Rock.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Around the Rock. I'm Carlee Smith.
And I'm Ron McNerney. WSRU-TV is proud to bring you a soft debut of our almost completed new set. More news to come on this next week.
As the spring semester comes to a close, students will soon be starting their summer internships. One of the best ways to go about this is in the Career Counseling Center on campus, located in Bailey Library. There are many different resources there for students to use while looking for internships. Ron, have you applied for any internships this semester?
I have. I recently started applying for internships over the summer and the fall, but I needed some help. Thankfully, the Career Center here at SRU has helped me find what's right for me. Internships are one of the most important things a student can be a part of. It helps give real-world experience, as well as help you network with people in that field. I talked to John Rindy and students around campus to see how internships can help life after college.
The number one thing that employers want on a resume is relevant experience, and we know that from a number of studies of resume preferences of U.S. companies. And so it's critical, and ultimately you're going to interview for a job, and you have to be able to tell stories of how you applied what you learned here at the Rock. Interviewing is not answering questions, it's actually telling stories. So by the end of an interview, you need to convince that person across the table that you've done this stuff, and how else to do it, how better to do it, I should say, than through an internship or a job shadow or a summer job.
But what does the Career Center actually help you with?
They help us with a mock interview, just look over our resumes, cover letter, stuff like that, help us prepare ourselves for potential future interviews.
I have a lot of friends who are seniors and they've been doing mock interviews and they've been having their resumes touched up and things like that, so they all say it's a real great resource.
During our interview, John Rindy informed me of one tool that can really help Slippery Rock students find internships.
Now, we also have that Career Connection tool on our website, sru.edu/career connection, and every student has an account on there. You can also look for jobs and internships on there. Now, those are companies that are exclusively looking for Slippery Rock students and interns.
So before it's too late, be sure to stop by the Career Center located in the Bailey Library and set up an appointment. It's free and can help you in the long run. I'm Ron McNerney, reporting for WSRU-TV News. Your campus, your community, your station.
Thank you, Ron, and thank you, John Rindy, for helping us show students just how easy it can be to get an internship here at the Rock. Last weekend, the Slippery Rock Film Society had the opportunity to take students to the Columbus International Film and Animation Festival. Matt Carlson has more on the story.
I'm here at the Drexel Movie Theater with the Slippery Rock Film Society at the Columbus International Film and Animation Festival. This is the Film Society's first trip to a film fest as an organization, and President Tom Fabian is determined to make sure it isn't their last.
So from what I understand, you might be the only club from a visiting college here, and I really wanted to bring the whole club, the Slippery Rock Film Society, to the Columbus Film Festival to really connect with professionals in the field, really see what people are doing out there, and just have a good weekend. I mean, we're in a movie theater right now. It looks like it's from the 70s. It's a lot of fun. I hope we can go to so many more film fests in the coming years. I'm really excited for us.
But planning a trip like this isn't all fun and games. Their treasurer, Adam Weissert, had a large hand in planning the trip as well.
It was actually about a 6-month process. We had to go through a whole bunch of planning. We started off by planning on really just finding the film fest first, then we had to talk to student government, make sure we could get funding for at least 25 people to go, and then we had to talk to our advisor in the comm department, advertise, and then finally drive 3.5 hours across Ohio to get here. So it's been a long process, yeah.
Many members of the society had a chance to go to the Columbus Film and Animation Festival. They had a chance to talk with directors, ask questions, network, and even make a few new friends, all while watching tons of independent short films.
It's a fun trip. It's nice, cool, quiet fun. It's nice to see some other people's work for once instead of just trying to watching our stuff.
It's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it.
Especially since we're in the party car, so. The toy cartoon one that we just saw today was really spot on. And then the dog one gut punched me in the feels, so.
Yeah, I like the dog one. It was pretty good. Emotional.
And then the horror ones from last night were also pretty good.
That's all from the Drexel Theater here in Columbus. We hope members had a great time, and we look forward to what Film Society does next. Reporting for WSRU-TV News, I'm Matt Carlson. Your campus, your community, your station.
Film Society members continue to seek Film Fest to return to in the coming semesters. Well, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. Tonight in the studio we have Alex and Josh from the Awesome Spirit of Wildlife here to talk about the importance of wildlife and environmental preservation. Stay tuned.
Do you remember when you were told to sit still? Walk, don't run. Don't sit too close to the screen. Don't touch that. Color inside the lines. At Slippery Rock, we inspire the motion, the music, and the moments of challenge that allow you to be your best, now and in the future. Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference. You remember when you were told not to play with fire? You were told to be quiet. When they said caring wasn't in your generation's DNA. When they said stop playing with toys. Do you remember when they said stop dreaming? At Slippery Rock, we inspire the dreams, the noise, the caring to challenge you to be your best, now and in the future. Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
Welcome back to Around the Rock. Tonight we are joined by Alex and Josh from the Awesome Spirit of Wildlife right here in Slippery Rock.
Welcome to the show, guys, and thank you for bringing us some special and scaly guests. Can you tell us what you have here tonight?
Well, thanks, Haley. We actually brought a couple of our guests with us. One is this 25-pound weight I like to carry around with me sometimes. His name's Jose, and he's a red-tailed boa constrictor, and he's one of the many rescue animals that we have in TASOW. One of the things we do is nonprofit exotic animal rescue and conservation work in the area of Slippery Rock and around. And we're currently looking for a facility, or doing a campaign to establish a facility to help rescue these animals and do education programs for the public.
Okay, wow. Can I touch him?
Absolutely. In fact, he's actually very used to being handled. He's used to being around hundreds of kids at elementary schools. We take our animals to different schools, camps. We do a variety of educational programs for the public.
When did you create TASOW?
Well, that's a good question. We actually started the organization back in 2004 when we were still in high school. Josh and I actually graduated together, and we were always passionate about animals. Reptiles in particular were my specialty, and we were also passionate about conservation, and we wanted to do something that would make a difference. We didn't actually envision it snowballing the way it did and turning into what it has become today, but we're now a 501c3 organization, and animals are our life.
Wow. So what do you have over here?
This is Clyde. He's a ball python. Bring him along to kind of show you an example of how Jose used to be this size. Now these are different snakes, of course, but just to show people that, you know, a lot of what we get as far as rescues are people that can't take care of them as pets anymore because they get them when they're this size and they grow to something like that and they can no longer house them and contain them, and they don't want to handle them because they are so large.
Okay, and how do you house them? Where do you house them?
Currently, we operate out of a very dedicated network of foster parents. So a lot of our rescues that we get in, our volunteers will take in and monitor their activities. We give them everything they need as far as lighting and housing and bedding. They take care of them, keep an eye on them, and then when they're ready to be rehomed, they help get them out the door.
Wow. I'm smiling right now, but I'm very terrified between these two snakes.
I touched it and it did not feel at all how I would think it would feel.
Would any of you ladies like to hold one?
Yeah.
Actually, this will help me have to show our next animal off because
goodness.
While we do exotics, we don't just do snakes.
I'll brave it.
I guess so.
We're going to put him.
Do I just keep it in my hands like this?
He's a little heavy.
Wow,
I'm going to wrap this
wow.
here.
He feels different than the other one.
And then what I want you to do is kind of just hold on to him there. And he's just going to do his own thing there.
Okay.
So,
do anything with this?
What is he doing with his tongue right now?
Oh, he's just smelling.
He's smelling. Okay, so he uses that as like an organ.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You said he's 25 pounds.
He's about 25 pounds, yes, and they can get up to about 40 pounds.
Oh, his tongue is touching.
I know, this one's tongue is touching
He's
me
just
as well.
smelling you there. That's because they can't smell like you or I. They don't have olfactory organs. They have an organ called the Jacobson's organ on the roof of their mouth. So when they flick their tongue out, they're actually tasting the air, bring that back, and rubbing it over the Jacobson's organ, and that's how they smell.
Okay.
Similar one would be this lady right here.
Oh, it's getting tighter. Oh. I don't know how I feel about that.
This one is wrapping around me. It is very heavy. And it's actually not scaly. You would think that it would be in slimy, but I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
It has a very different texture that I would...
They have very dry, leathery skin. Reptiles often are under the misconception that they are slimy, and the reason he looks wet and slimy to the camera is because the light that's reflecting off his scales right now is causing an iridescence. That's just his skin oils reflecting the light.
Okay.
Same thing with her. She's not slimy. Her name is Lucy, and she is an Argentine tegu. They're a type of predatory lizard from Argentina. They're starting to become more and more common on the pet trade, and they're an animal that we're very avid about talking about good husbandry with, since they aren't exactly a beginner pet. A lot of people see an animal like this that is really calm and collect, and that's because we've been working with her since we got her about 3 years ago. And if you don't work with them every single day, they can actually turn out to be quite feral and nasty. In fact, they're causing a lot of problems down in Florida right now. There's breeding populations that are starting to wipe out a lot of our local wildlife. So that's another thing that we do, is talk about the importance of these animals to conservation, and how to be a good husband, how to promote good husbandry among these animals to the public.
Oh, she's coming for me.
She is.
What is your favorite?
That's a very good question. I would say the Komodo dragon or an Asian water monitor would be my favorite. She's definitely up there, though.
How old are these?
Well, Jose here is over 10 years old. Again, it's not entirely, we're not entirely sure how to gauge how old he is exactly, because he is a rescue. We aren't exactly sure how old he was when we got him. Lucy, however, we do have a very good history of. She is about 4 years old right now. Clyde over here is about
3 years old.
3 years old.
Wow.
These are your pets, though, right? You keep them at your house.
Well, the pet portion, that's kind of a misconception. We consider them all rescues. So I don't directly own any of these animals. These animals are owned by TASOW, by the organization. When a surrender form is signed and an animal comes over to us, then that animal goes into the possession of TASOW, and then we're responsible for its care and its well-being until that animal is either adopted out or they end up living out their full life with us at the rescue.
Okay. Her skin is like little beads, so intricate. So how can students get involved with TASOW?
Well, you can follow us on Facebook, social media platforms like Instagram. We do a lot of different events. We always post where we're going to be at. So if anybody wants to come out and check us out and volunteer, very easy to get a hold of. We're always looking for more volunteers.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
And now that I'm pulling this snake, it's not that bad.
That's good.
Kind of like his own little scarf and belt.
Yeah, really.
It's a fashion statement. It goes well with your outfit.
Thank you guys again. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. Stay tuned for more news and sports.
Do you remember when you were told to put away your toys? Don't climb on that. Don't write on the walls. Go easy on the makeup. Do you remember when you were told to mind your own business and wait your turn? At Slippery Rock, we inspire the heights, the color, the caring for each other to challenge you to be your best. Now and in the future, Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference. Do you remember when you were told to sit still? Walk, don't run. Don't sit too close to the screen. Don't touch that. Color inside the lines. At Slippery Rock, we inspire the motion, the music, and the moments of challenge that allow you to be your best, now and in the future. Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference. Do you remember when you were told not to play with fire? You were told to be quiet. When they said caring wasn't in your generation's DNA. When they said, stop playing with toys? Do you remember when they said, stop dreaming? At Slippery Rock, we inspire the dreams, the noise, the caring to challenge you to be your best, now and in the future. Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
Welcome back to Around the Rock. That was so fun. Thank you for coming on the show, Alex and Josh. Isn't it nice to learn so much about a good cause? And I know last Friday, the annual Relay for Life was the annual Relay for Life. Correspondent Angela Jakeway was able to attend the event.
Strength courage, community. Together, Relay for Life leads the fight for a world free from cancer. This year's Relay for Life had over a dozen organizations come together to raise money for the American Cancer Society. Together, people walk to honor strength and courage for those that have fought and are currently fighting their battle with cancer. There were also performances by Jamrock, Dance Illusions, the Afro-Colombian Dance Ensemble, and other dance organizations around campus to keep everyone entertained throughout the event. In addition, everyone gathered on the track and walked with lit glow sticks honoring those that have fought a battle or are currently fighting a battle with cancer. Relay for Life raised $26,043 for the American Cancer Society. Thanks to everyone that got involved and donated. Together we will finish the fight.
What a great cause. I'm glad students were able to make such an impact that night. Up next, we have Austin Agosti with our sports updates for the week.
Thank you, Ron, and good evening, everyone. I'm Austin Agosti. In collaboration with our student newspaper, The Rocket, I'll be highlighting what happened this week in Slippery Rock sports. Slippery Rock junior pole vaulter Courtney McQuaid has been named the PSAC West Track Athlete of the Week. McQuaid is coming off of a tremendous indoor track season, where she took 5th place at the National Championships and was named a first-team All-American for her efforts. In her first meet of the outdoor track season, McQuaid vaulted 3.8 meters, currently the best in the PSAC and 3rd in the nation. McQuaid will now look forward to competing in the Raleigh Relays this Friday and Saturday, hosted by North Carolina State University. The Slippery Rock women's tennis team was defeated Tuesday afternoon by Mercyhurst University 8-1. With that loss, the Rock's record goes to 7-8 overall and 0-1 in conference. Carla Corachano Maracho was named the PSAC West Athlete of the Week this week after helping the Rock to a 1-1 record last week. The women's lacrosse team won in great style yesterday at IUP, beating our rivals with a score of 16-15. Coming back from being 6-1 down early, the girls fought back as Tia Torchia scored 6 goals and Bree Vaudel scored the go-ahead goal with 48 seconds left. The women's lacrosse team is 5-2 on the season now after knocking off number 19 IUP. They host number 21 East Stroudsburg University this Saturday. Now, while we do take time to honor SRU athletes, not all sports are played on the field. Aaron Mary had the chance to cover Slippery Rock's newest organization, the Esports Club.
I'm here at the SRU Esports Club meeting, talking to them about the League of Legends playoff team and the club as a whole.
We decided to rebrand ourselves as the Esports Club, something to appeal to the competitive gamers along with the casual gamers. So we have our teams like League of Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, and Overwatch, but we also try to keep things casual, play things like Cuphead, Mario Kart, even like casual Smash 4 or whatever we can. Just anything we can to like help people who play games have fun.
So what got you interested in League of Legends?
How can I be competitive but not hurt my body anymore? So I was like, video games. But I ended up finding a group of people that the new school I just moved into really clicked with really well, and they all played League of Legends. It was like 8 or 9 guys. We all had the same Skype call or Google Hangout, and we were all just playing all the time.
In between matches, the League of Legends team is talking about their strategy for their matchup this weekend. They are watching previous matches, discussing strategies, and reviewing each player's performance.
Very long time I've been a player of League of Legends, and it's always been a thing that I wanted to do whenever I hit college, so I would see if there was some sort of team that I could join up with and play League actually competitively.
Good luck this weekend to the League of Legends team. For WSRU-TV, I'm Aaron Mary. Your campus, your community, your station.
It's going to be interesting to see this club start competing against other schools. Well, that's all the time I have tonight. Stay tuned for more news after this commercial break.
Do you remember when you were told not to play with fire? You were told to be quiet. When they said caring wasn't in your generation's DNA. When they said stop playing with toys. Do you remember when they said stop dreaming? At Slippery Rock, we inspire the dreams, the noise, the caring to challenge you to be your best. Now and in the future, Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference. Do you remember when you were told to sit still? Walk, don't run. Don't sit too close to the screen. Don't touch that. Color inside the lines. At Slippery Rock, we inspire the motion, the music, and the moments of challenge that allow you to be your best, now and in the future. Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
Welcome back to Around the Rock. Are you wondering where you can get the most bang for your buck around Slippery Rock? Keyna has more on how the average college student can save some money.
Hello, I'm Keyna Warren with Key Deals Around the Rock. Let's take a walk down Main Street for some upcoming specials. Compadres are a tasty Mexican meal to try. They support students by knocking off 10% off the entire purchase by showing a student ID. Waitlist Wednesdays are always an option at Yumberries. Every Wednesday, patrons can stop by and get an entire tub of froyo for 10.2 ounces for only the price of $5. Looking for a quick snip? Sherry Beth Hair Boutique offers 20% off haircuts with Caitlin by providing a student ID. Ashley James Hair Salon offers deals every day of the week. On Mondays, there's a 10% discount on facials, Tuesdays, 15% off body waxes, Wednesdays, $14 haircuts for fellas, Thursdays, half off on conditioning treatments, and last but not least, Fridays are 20% off on all products. And finally, hop in line to get your tickets for a trip sponsored by BAS, NAACP, and SUMA to Urban Air Trampoline Park on May 4th. The cost of the trip is $20, which includes an entrance fee, food, drinks, and transportation. Tickets are only available in the Smith Student Center lobby on March 29th, April 3rd, and April 5th. Thank you for watching the first edition of Key Deals Around the Rock. Now back to Carlee and Ron at the desk for closing stories.
Thanks, Keyna. Those tips will sure come in handy down the road. Students often voice their opinion on the issues surrounding on-campus living, one in particular being the washing and drying facilities. Students are required to pay $3 to wash and dry their clothes in the dorms, but students specifically find drying their clothes difficult because the dryer often does not dry their clothes after the 60-minute cycle, causing them to spend more money to get the job done. The problem is growing increasingly frustrating for students who have no other options but to wash and dry their clothes on campus.
On March 12th, Steve Kalowich, staff writer for the Chronicle of Higher Education, set out to find out which college has the best name. Multiple Twitter polls were posted on his Twitter throughout the tournament. Slippery Rock was seated in the Watch Your Step division, along with Leech Lake Tribal College and Diablo Valley College. The other school names that were in the tournament include ones like Rice University and Epic Bible College. The final Twitter poll was posted on March 22nd. The matchup was Slippery Rock University versus Moody Bible University. Slippery Rock won by a landslide margin of 79% to 21%. Congratulations to Slippery Rock University on being named the school with the best name. Thank you to all that participated in the poll.
On Monday, March 26th, UPB sponsored a murder mystery dinner event open to all Slippery Rock students. At the event held in the ballroom, students dressed up for the occasion, dressing as 1920s flappers and speakeasy attendants. Actors from Mystery's Most Wanted, an acting group from Pittsburgh, performed for the 80 students that showed up for the event. In addition to getting dinner catered by the AVI, students at their table had to solve the murder based on the clues given throughout the show. After the performance, whoever guessed the murderer correctly won prizes.
Earlier today, the library hosted an open house from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. During the open house, students were able to visit the library classroom, answer trivia questions, participate in a scavenger hunt throughout the library, and enjoy refreshments that were provided during the event.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Around the Rock. I'm Ron McNerney.
And I'm Carlee Smith, reporting for WSRU-TV News, your campus,
your community,
your station.